I'm Sally again, and here we are with some more magic moments where we chat to really incredibly interesting people. And today I've got Elizabeth Cherevaty. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, Elizabeth is a conception coach. She works as an integrative fertility, pregnancy and children's wellness expert, and she helps women overcome fertility challenges and bring their healthy, happy babies into the world. Wow, well, that sounds pretty exciting. Do you want to tell me a bit more about how you got into this whole area?
Yeah, sure. I think it first started when I started to have friends and my sister and even patients that I was working with in my new practice as a naturopath who were having kids with health issues or even issues around their pregnancy or some issues from their birth experience. So I became a very passionate advocate for empowered birth and pregnancy support because a lot of the issues that we were seeing in kids, they started because mom experienced, trauma or stress, or somebody wasn't nurturing her or taking great care of her during her pregnancy. And then started to realize that everything that we do to support healthy pregnancy actually starts preconception too. So because we work with epigenetics, which is even investing in the health of the next generation before they're even conceived, I became very passionate about that, and to help bring in the next generations in as healthy as possible as we can. It comes to taking care of couples even before they get pregnant. And everything that we do to support a child's future health also benefits fertility. So I became passionate about that whole spectrum of the journey into motherhood and into the next generations of our world.
Wow, that's just awesome. Like, that is so important. Everything that affects you, as you say, even before you actually get pregnant. It's absolutely, particularly in this day and age, with all the toxins we have surrounding us, with what we ingest and what we're subjected to. I just think it's, really, really critical to look at that aspect these days. Absolutely. So what sort of challenges did you have to overcome to get to where you are now with this? I mean, you would have come across so many hurdles.
Yes, thank you. Well, I mean, there have been many, so we could probably talk for a long time. One of the things I'm realizing is that to be able to deliver our good work into the world, we have to have a certain amount of confidence to be able to communicate about what it is that we do and how we serve. And coming from a healing type profession or mindset, it's not necessarily very natural to kind of promote what you do or to feel comfortable to say, here's how I help and here's how I think the world could be a lot better. Yeah. And so overcoming some shyness probably around being able to shine out in the world. And I think so many women whom I work with also are facing that, whether it's in their fertility journey, their journey into even perimenopause, their journey as business owners, etc., or in their careers. It's such a common theme. And so coming into this through my own challenges and feeling at times completely unable to move forward, unsure, getting help, getting support, and connecting with people who really understand that level of self-growth, I think, has made it a lot easier for me to be able to not only help people, but to deliver that through communication and just share who I am. And part of it too is overcoming my own boundaries, right? My own reservation about being seen and getting comfortable being seen. Yeah.
Well, hats off to you for that courage and confidence to keep going forward, even when you're sort of a little bit lost and in that sort of quicksand, not really knowing where you're going. That's just awesome. Just brilliant.
Thank you, Sally. You're so brilliant. I love your spark.
Oh, no, I just get really, when I align with what people are doing in the world, I just love it because, a lot of them are pioneers like yourself, and, it hasn't been, it's not common. So, you're building something new. I think it's just awesome. So, like, with your niche that you're working with, what do you think is their biggest issue, their biggest challenge for them to overcome? So what would be the sort of the biggest one?
I think the biggest one is around mindset.
Yeah, right.
And, when a woman or a man are having troubles getting pregnant,
Yeah.
bringing their child into the world, that becomes it's very easy to fall into a belief system around inadequacy or guilt or fault or flaw, like being flawed,
Yeah.
and or being not worthy. And so the fertility journey in particular, like many things that we are hoping to conceive and birth into the world, it could be a creative project, it could be a business. And my world, it's often around children, bringing children in to the world. And we get very down on ourselves when it's not working just when we wanted or expected or just how we envisioned it. And we start to lay a lot of criticism on ourselves, even for things that are largely outside of our control.
Yeah.
Because really, if it were within our control to have this child, we would obviously be pregnant and having the baby right now. So it's not for lack of effort. But one of the challenges is that in our world, we are trained that effort equals outcome, and that stress equals success, and that I must need to work harder, try more, but you can't. I mean, having a baby isn't about achieving pregnancy. It's about receiving pregnancy. It's so passive in the end, right? So it's like we dig our trenches in the desert expecting the rain, and then we have to lay back and let the rain come. And that part of releasing the intent to control everything, or the expectation that we can control everything, and falling into faith or trust is extremely difficult, but it can change your entire hormone profile when you reach that state of allowing, if that can help explain it. Yeah, that's what I see in my most successful, I would say, couples and I don't mean success just by getting the baby, but I mean success in how they experience their journey as individuals and as a couple, and what they learn and their wisdom that they receive from that whole journey. It really is body, mind, spirit, lifestyle. It's all encompassing. It's your faith, it's your spirituality. And I think a mistake is to chalk it up to just getting a sperm and an egg in the same to have a party. Like there's so much more to it than that. Yeah.
It really is a major transformational journey on every level. And I was getting goosebumps on so many words you're saying, like, self-worth and, letting go of the control, and like it's awesome. So what would be your 3 top tips to help your clients overcome this sort of major issue of this, understanding it's a transformational journey? And
I think first become personally responsible, especially at your self-care. And that means understanding what you need and what your body needs and how to deliver that, and becoming an expert in your own self-care first and foremost, because no matter what happens in your journey, you will be with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I think another one is, and I kind of alluded to this a little bit, and you have too, is that control what is legitimately within your realm of control. And that often starts with thoughts. It's not just about what you eat and how you exercise, but how you think, especially how you're thinking and talking to yourself.
Yep. Super important.
Yeah. And then third is to get the support that you need and want. So some women need an integrative model like we offer here, and we will partner with their conventional fertility clinic if they want. It's no problem. If they want exclusively natural, that's all good too. Some women they're not interested in that, and that's okay too. It's most important to be congruent in your heart and your body with the plan that works for you, and that you believe in, because belief becomes biology. And we know that from lots of research now, that that there's so much to your conscious and subconscious beliefs around the seemingly physical outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
So aligned or getting congruent is how I call it, because congruent is like the feminine, to me, the feminine version of alignment.
Yeah.
So like, okay, who is the doctor for me? Who is the right nurse? What is the treatment plan? What are my supplements, etc.? What is my timeline that feels good to me? The other thing is congruence. So how am I feeling about this? Does this feel good?
Yeah.
Do I have alignment in my heart? And that's where the whole idea of congruent conception comes in, because you're conceiving a different version of yourself as you're going through this journey into motherhood. Yeah. And you want to conceive and birth the biggest, brightest, boldest, badassiest version of yourself, because again, you'll be with you for the rest of your life. And no matter what happens with your fertility outcome, if you become a mother, you will be so much more wise, confident, and able to pass on this support to your children and your next generation of your family too.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I wished I'd known all of this before I had my 4 children and all that.
Well, I'm so fortunate to have such a vibrant, aware, awake, lovely mama as you, Sally. I can only imagine the vibrancy in your home.
Oh, vibrant probably isn't quite the word, but yeah. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you. Look, at the end of the day, I just love what you're doing, but what are you absolutely just most passionate about?
I just love seeing women break through limitations on who they think that they can be.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and I believe that we're all here to be limitless, and I'm constantly looking for ways to like remove glass ceilings on myself too. So like listen to that. If you feel unsatisfied or you feel restless, where is that limitation on you? It's usually about something that you believe that's usually wrong about yourself and is limiting you in a false way.
Yeah.
So I just love seeing women break through that, because when they do, they grow and then they bless the world in all these new ways, bless their families and their kids. And yeah, we're so powerful and we just don't give ourselves the credit.
Yeah, I just love what you're doing. I love what you're doing. So if anyone wants to get in contact with you or find out more about what you're doing, where can I send them to?
Yeah, they can go to my website, which is tworivershealth.ca. So TWORIVERS health.ca.
Great, fantastic. Elizabeth, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I know you're extremely busy, so I really appreciate you taking the time out to come on and have a chat with us. So.
Thank you, Sally. It was an absolute pleasure. Yes, so grateful for the opportunity to chat with you today and share a little bit of myself, and I look forward to our future conversations too.
I'd like to chat again and find out what you're further into. It'd be awesome. All right, darling, well, I'll let you go. Get back to the client, take your needles out, and all right, thank you. See you. Bye.